Andrew Razowitz here. ThePsychicFirefighter.com is my website. Today I just want to talk about how to activate your psychic abilities, how to unlock them, how to unleash them. I'll just share from my personal experience. So for me personally, when I realized that I might have some psychic abilities and I wanted to further look into that, I personally went and found a psychic medium to train with. And he did not make me psychic. His name is Robert Hansen out in Merrick, Long Island, New York. All he said to me was, you have the gift, you have the ability of being psychic, it's in you already, you've activated it, I can help you point some things out to help guide you along the way and help to interpret the symbols and messages that you see already. And at that point, I didn't understand everything he was saying, so I decided this guy's got 20 plus years experience, just like being in a firehouse, being around guys with 20 plus years experience. You want to learn with people that have a lot of experience doing a job the right way, a certain way that makes sense to you with the tradition. So I decided to train with this person. So for me personally, meditation was the key, without a doubt. I would get up in the morning and do what's called transcendental meditation. 20 minutes in the morning, and then 20 minutes in the early afternoon. I do that 20 minutes in the early afternoon because that gives me the boost for the rest of the day. Instead of having that fourth or fifth cup of coffee, or even if I did it in the firehouse, I still would go and meditate just to give me that boost for the rest of the day. But yeah, if you want to get really healthy, you want to eliminate coffee or just drink tea, meditation is great. It's a great tool. So by doing transcendental meditation, by even doing a guided meditation or a silent meditation, I was able to stay focused, stay grounded in the present moment. Any thoughts, any obsessions, any repetitive thinking that was coming up, worrying about the past, present, future. As this arrived, I would just see the thoughts come and I would watch them drift out. I wouldn't stay focused on them. As they arose, I realized that they would just pass through. Now, I realized this was going to happen because, number one, I was learning from a very well-respected and well-trained teacher that had over 20 plus years experience in psychic training. And I was also taught by Dr. Stephen Greer, Transcendental Meditation, who is a medical doctor, and I met him out in Borrego Springs, California, and Dr. Stephen Greer was trained by the Maharishi in India, who invented Transcendental Meditation. So there's a common theme when I learn something, especially to do with psychic abilities, with work, with anything I take great passion in that I want to do really good. I want to find people that have a lot of experience. I've just learned that being around people that have a lot of time, they have more experience. So when things aren't going right or you're getting frustrated, you need someone to check in with. If you're trying to do this by yourself, this is extremely difficult. You could think at times you're losing your mind. You're not. That's part of the process, is to feel this isn't working today, or I feel like I'm off today, and just pushing through and continuing to do this. By meditating every day and grounding yourself and hearing the planes go by, hearing the cars go by where you live, staying in that present moment, you're meditating. When you're meditating and you hear these things going on in the background, that means you are focused in this present moment. You're not trying to wipe your memory clean. You're not trying to clear your mind. That is absolutely impossible. You can't clear your mind. You can't flush your mind. Maybe at birth your mind gets wiped, but you're not doing it during meditation. You're just staying grounded in that present moment. So I did that every day. I would do it Monday through Friday. I would do it on the weekend. And then on the weekend, I would train with other people. I would find people that wanted to enhance their psychic abilities, people that were on the journey, some people that were new, some people that it was their first day, some people that had 6 months or a year. And then we would find people that wanted to get read. So how do you find people that want to get read? Ask. What I did, it was very old-fashioned back in the day. I would find neighbors, people I lived next door to, or friends of friends. So if you're reading a friend, that's cool. But if you psychically read a friend, you better tell them some information that you can't validate yourself, or something obvious that they would know, like, the name of their partner or a grandparent. It's got to be something specific, okay, that you couldn't ordinarily know. So for me personally, I would find guys I worked with in the firehouse and their spouses or their cousins. I would read them. And for example, I described someone's family through marriage that lived in Mexico, and somebody had a disability, and I described to the T what they looked like and what was going on with them. Now, that's something very specific that I would have no way of knowing. This is years ago. You're talking 2011. I was not on social media. I was not doing Facebook, Instagram, none of that stuff. I was just going to the firehouse during the day, and then at night or on the weekend when I had time, I would read people just to train, just to get better. And ultimately, when you read and you're helping someone, you're helping yourself by healing them. You can go into that space, and now you're getting healing too as well. So that's something to be very aware of and be mindful of. If you're working with people, if you're training with them, if you're meditating with them, okay? If you're going to someone, if you're doing psychic development, make sure that if you're going somewhere, you're paying for this, and there's a psychic there, make sure that they have what you want, okay? Because if they don't have what you want, they are not healthy physically, mentally, spiritually, okay? And now you're going into a space and you're meeting each other at a level. You're either raising or lowering your vibration. And if that person's not well, you're going to take that energy on. And now you're going to go home. You're probably going to have an issue sleeping or have a horrific nightmare, or something's going to come up. And now you have to deal with the problem you came in with, and now whatever they have as well, okay? So if you're going to go to an energy healer or a psychic development or a psychic medium and train or do classes, I would ask that psychic, who have you trained with, or who are you training with? Just because they're new doesn't mean they're not good, okay? Me personally, I always tried to find people with a lot of years experience. But if they are new and they're training with someone that has experience, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Just make sure you can find out and get those receipts, and you can see them. You can go online. You can find out people they've read, people they've trained with, because if you're going to enter that space with them, you don't want to take something on if you're not cool with it, okay? And if they're not well, they're going to be releasing that in the room with you. And I know this is true because I have met dozens of people still to this day that said, oh, I met a psychic on Instagram, or I went into a psychic shop and someone said I had an attachment and they had to give me a psychic bath or cleanse me or some bizarre statement. They did it, and now they're in worship than they were in prior to the reading. And they just paid $300 for whatever ridiculous session that was. So before you do that, ask. You have the right to ask questions to the person that's doing the reading. You have the right to ask a friend or a medium or someone you know out there that you trust. Don't just jump into anything. This psychic space is sacred. You are sacred, physically, mentally, spiritually. Respect yourself, honor yourself, okay? Honor your loved ones. The way you do that is, don't just open yourself up to anyone, okay? It's okay to just do the work on yourself, take your time, and then when you're ready, if you feel that you want to get some healing, or you want to work with someone or train with someone, yes, then perhaps you could enter that space. So I just wanted to go over that. You know, I'm always constantly learning different ways. I call them modalities of contact. First, for me, it was meditation. Now it's music. If I listen to certain types of music, whether it could be, you know, trance music, a high vibration, or even classical music. Or I could listen to a mantra style meditation. I could listen to a Buddhist monk meditation. It doesn't matter, anything. I could listen to Dr. Stephen Greer's meditations. Those will put me in a certain frequency. They literally will change your vibration. And by doing that, that's how you could have contact with people in the afterlife, and you could have contact with extraterrestrials, UFOs, and beyond, okay? There's different frequencies that are out there. You could research them. You could play around with them. You could do different meditations. You will feel yourself changing. You'll feel the hair on your neck standing up, tingling like that. It's a wonderful experience. There's a lot of people out there that use different types of frequencies for different types of contact. For me, sitting in silence is always the best. That's just me personally. I don't need anything. But if you like guided meditation, or you feel you need that noise or a sound, I would go out there. I'd look up Dr. Stephen Greer, or I'd look up some sort of Buddhist or meditation, something to that effect. There's a lot of them out there, and they work. I've gotten results with them in groups of 20, and I've gotten results with nobody around. I've been making contact for over 20 years. I've been doing CE5, which is close encounter of the fifth kind, human-initiated contact with extraterrestrials, UFOs, the occupants on the crafts, the angelic realm, beyond. So I have a lot of experience doing this stuff. I don't even need to meditate. I'll be in the house at night. I'll just get a feeling that they're outside. I'll go outside my camera, bang, they're there. And if you're interested in looking into more of the footage and the things I film, I was in a show called Close Encounters Down Under, episode 4. It's on channel 7+. You go on their website here in Australia, and it's on A&E and the rest of the world pretty much right now. And you could see my 100% analyzed legit UFO footage. It's been analyzed by MUFON, by Dr. Roger Stankovic. He's the national director of MUFON, Australia and New Zealand. And all these years, I knew my footage was legit. I knew it was credible. but it's always good to get a second opinion from someone with a lot of experience. Roger Stankovich, 20, 30 plus years experience dealing with this stuff. So he analyzed this footage, he put it out there in a series, and for people out there that are skeptical, it just adds another layer of validation out there. But ultimately, you are the best tool. You are the best meditation. You are the portal to all. You are the portal to infinity. By meditating, getting in that sacred space, you can contact anything and everything, okay? I wish you a nice, slow journey and enjoy the steps. You don't have to jump right to the end. Some people do through an out-of-body experience, a near-death experience. But if you meditate, you can slowly access these beautiful, wonderful states that will last forever, and you could do them by yourself or share a beautiful experience with someone out there that you love or a friend that gets you and understands and is open to this stuff. I do this with people that are stay-at-home housewives, to my wife, to my children, to priests, ministers, all sorts of people. It doesn't matter. It's not about religion here. It's about coming together as one people, one universe, meditating, and CE5 overall, as we know, I believe is the answer to world peace. I'll cover that one on my next video, but for today I just wanted to touch up on psychic abilities a little bit. I'm going to be doing these little 10, 12-minute videos every few days just to get the message out there. And if you guys have any comments, feel free to message below. You can reach out to me, you can DM me, and any feedback you have. What do you use to unlock your psychic abilities? Or what would you like to know more about to unlock your abilities? If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Like, subscribe, and share this. You guys know the drill, and I wish you all the best. Humanity will prevail. There is no doomsday scenario coming, okay? We're going to make it. And how we're going to make it? Coming together, putting all our differences aside as one people, one universe, okay? We can do this. We will do this. I do my part. You do your part. We'll come together by doing the right thing, and that will prevail, and that will conquer all. I love you guys. Have an amazing rest of the week. I'll talk to you soon.